the saying is, no one stays dead in comics, right? That unless you're Uncle Ben or some poor backstory or Batman's parents, you don't stay dead. Oh, maybe you die, but it won't stick. Don't worry. So what does it mean when you do stay dead? What does that say? Today's discussion, like I'm not just ranting at you, it's Blackest Night, one of my favorite events. As you can see, I actually have the bloody book. Therefore, I'm not spitting nonsense at you. I actually have backup, like evidence and a script. Like I know what I'm doing. In comic books, you gotta realize that from an out-of-universe and in-universe perspective, who lives and who dies is uber unfair, beyond unfair. Even comparing to like real life, where yes, people die randomly all the time. I could like get hit by lightning right now. Well, I'm dead. But in comic books, it's even more bullshit because someone wrote that. Someone actually went out of their way to write that. So it is demonstrably unfair, where we can't, in real life, we can't necessarily claim the existence of some divine authority whose plan all of this suffering is in, who all the random bullshit is planning. There's no necessary evidence of a great divine plan. But in comic books, we know the divine plan. We are the divine plan. We're the guys doing the divining. But from an in-universe perspective, it just seems like turbo bullshit. Sorry if I swear a lot, but like, you can just die if you're a comic book character because someone needs to pad out a body count. Somebody needs extra dead. They need to raise the stakes. People don't like your character. They just felt like killing you. Maybe the plot need to progress and someone need to die for that. Doesn't matter. To the people in the books, that's like a monstrous thing. Can't remember her name, but in 52, there's that speedster. What is killed off soon after her introduction? Is that fair? It's not really fair to the character, is it? But we needed to prove that Lex Luthor can turn on and off his little super stuff, but for the plot, someone need to bite the bullet. Just so happened to be her. Sucks, but from an in-universe perspective, complete bullshit. That just happens sometimes to people. That one day you go from like Batman. If you're not Batman, Wonder Woman, or Superman, your ability to get these crazy surviving feats is completely random. If you're Batman, you can fall from orbit, not die. Or if you can get, your street tier, you get thrown through 3 buildings and you're not dead. Yeah, that happens. And then a different fucking day, for no reason, from your perspective, your ability to survive things just went from 100 to 0 in a second as you get cut in half to prove that the big bad's scary. You have no idea. No one else has any idea what just happened. You're just suddenly dead. Your level of toughness flips on a dime. Some days you can survive an endless hail of bullets and then a shotgun blast took your face off because a writer wanted you dead. It's the only reason. You literally have gods against you if you are to die. Nothing you can do can stop it. Fight all you like, try all you like. The Lord, the creator of the universe, has decided you die here. Ain't that some bullshit? Imagine, for a second, you're a comic book character. You're a superhero or a supervillain. Doesn't really matter. You got a couple friends, maybe a parent. You got someone you're close with. Parent, lover, child, friend. It doesn't matter their exact relation. All right? Just imagine with me. All right? You're not an A-tier character, but you're not like Zedlit. You're not like garbage, but you're not A-tier. You're like B, C. Somewhere around there. All right? You show up. You do your adventures. You fight against big old crises. You fight the opposite side. You make a name for yourself. A little one, but a name. And then your friend just dies randomly. Could be a disease, could be a mugger, Could be a random villain of the week. Could be a big crisis. Doesn't really matter how they go. They're just dead. But, of course, we mourn, we move on, right? But in a superhero universe, like DC especially, revivals happen all the time. So the question becomes, maybe they come back, you know? The crazier things have happened. Superman died fighting Doomsday and he came back. He came back stronger even. He's just taking a nap. Maybe he's faked his death, your friend. Maybe your buddies faked their death. Maybe they're, crawling their way through hell and they're gonna come back any day now. So denial lasts a little longer. A week passes. 2, 3, 4 months, years. Friend stays in that hole. As though... And then you hear, especially if you're a hero, this fucks you up, that the Joker's back. He died recently. People saw his corpse, and he's back. Ain't that a load of shit? Your friend, who you consider a better person, a good person, or at least someone who deserves to come back, right? They're your friend. They don't get to come back. But this fucking murder clown keeps coming back. It's like God's laughing at you after a point, wouldn't it? It'd feel like the world is laughing at you after a time. And there goes our second bit. Resurrections are just as bullshit as dying. You can die because someone didn't like you, and you can come back, and you can't come back for similar reasons. Maybe your death becomes too important to another character's arc, so you have to stay dead. You're damned forever because someone else is cooler than you. Maybe you're just stay dead because no one cares. No one liked you. Imagine how much that must suck from an in-universe perspective. You could be a great, massive hero. Save hundreds of thousands. Sacrifice your life. And because your story fell flat, you don't really get mentioned. No one mourns you, really. Even if it's really out of character for them, they don't mourn you. You're just poof. Like dust in the wind. Ain't that fucked? But then Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman can survive 1,000,000,001 fucking nonsense. He can face tank as much as he wants. But your friend, you? Dead. Deader than dead. Gone and forgotten. And then comes, once again, from an in-universe perspective, you're that hero again. You're that hero or villain, who cares? And your Blackest night starts happening, skies go dark, ooh, it's weird. And there they stand. I mean, yeah, they look kind of fucked up, right? Like, they're weird, they're zombie looking, but like, talks like your friend, looks like them somewhat. They got a bit of a black and gray color scheme thing going on now, but, Superman had a costume change when he came back. Surely your friend can be granted that same, free precedent, whatever. You want to change your costume when you come back? Want to go all zombie looking? You don't care, because it sounds like them, talks like them, remembers everything they knew. It's them. For all intents and purposes, from where you're standing, that's them. That's your friend. Back from the dead. And they start talking all sweet, like your friend did. All kind, all gentle. Say, hey, long time no see. How you hanging? How's the wife and kids, eh? They mosey on up, walk as they walked, like they're going to go greet you, and maybe you let yourself feel. This is probably bad. Maybe it's a dark revival, but God, it's been years by this point. Years since your friend died. It's horrible, isn't it? To lose someone and see them walking at you, smiling, laughing. So maybe you feel some hope. some love, some fear, compassion, will, rage. And then they rip your heart out. And the thing what is not your friend, what has never been your friend, moves on. Your corpse rises with the word flesh flowing by as a black ring settles on your finger. A death just as unfair, because someone needed to pad out the corpses in their little event comic. There's a tragedy to that, isn't there? Because the Black Lanterns reflect the worst side of comic book revivals. The ugly truth, as it were. Who decides? What decides whether or not a character dies, lives, or comes back? Who decides which way death will flow this day? Emotion. That's all it ever comes down to. It's the only thing the Black Lanterns care about. It's the only thing the revival cares about. Is what will get the biggest emotional reaction out of you, the audience, the characters. Doesn't really matter to them. What will get you, the audience, to feel love, hope, fear, an emotion, any emotion? In the book, the big evil oh dear attack is a panel I'm sure you've seen where Necron resurrects, recently dead in the final crisis, Batman. But it's not Batman. It doesn't even speak. The entire comic, Black Hand is like kissing and licking Bruce Wayne's skull as the first move of the Black Lanterns to desecrate that grave. Because, maybe I'm reading a bit into this, right? Maybe the writers are like, yeah, Batman's coming back. Because that is teased at the end of this. But let's be so for real, right? Batman's death in Final Crisis was never going to stick. And that's part of what Blackest Night is about. How some people, some characters, just get to come back. That their corpses, as the Black Lantern Batman is, will always just be brought back and back and back. They will just exist. The Black Lantern Batman only exists for like a couple seconds. He exists purely to get an emotional connection out of several heroes who've already died to turn them into Black Lanterns. That's the only fucking reason that they even create Black Lantern Batman. He only exists to create this. The only reason he exists is for this shit. That's it. That's the long and short. That's all. Black Lantern Batman does not speak. There's not a single line of dialogue for this. Because it's the epitome, the final piece of this whole narrative thesis that death and revival is meaningless, that you will care that it's Batman, even without any of Batman's characterization, because it's wearing the right costume and hits the occasional right pose. Batman won't stay dead. He didn't stay dead, to be clear. He was sent back in time and he wasn't actually dead. Classic comic book resurrection. It didn't matter that his final action was this strange, almost divine self-sacrifice where he uses a gun to mortally injure a god. It doesn't matter that the symbolism of that final moment of Batman breaking his one rule and it killing him, but him saving the world through it, doesn't matter all of that. It could go in detail, actually. Might make that a video at some point. The symbolism of Batman's killing of Darkseid. But, well, you like Batman, don't you, audience? Hey, viewer? You like Batman, don't even lie. You'd be real upset if he died, if his story did conclude, wouldn't you? But you don't care that the Freedom Fighters, a team led by Uncle Sam, yeah, like the poster one, got brutally killed off in about, what, one panel? 4? Like a little couple opening to, I think it was Infinite Crisis. They're just killed brutally, left dead on the street. They stayed dead. You don't care about them though, because they're the fucking Freedom Fighters. Who cares about the Freedom Fighters? Damage cares. Who's Damage? Oh, son of the original Adam. Brave little guy, ain't he? Right, hero. He is one of our emotional cores in this little book. You know what happens to the guy whom, naturally, none of you fucking know who fucking Damage is. Don't lie. Unless maybe you do. He has this cute little dynamic with the next Adam, Ray Palmer. They're talking, and his last words on page, right here, as Ray tells him, "Not for your father, but for the rest of the world. Think you can handle that?" Damage's last words are hell yeah. And his last emotion is hope. Right here. He doesn't even get a full panel. His death, tragic as it is, happens right here. It doesn't really matter. It gets lost in the shuffle. Because you see, Damage gets to be the last little piece of emotion needed for Necron to come to Earth. So it's overshadowed by the Black Lantern battery on the next page coming through. No one mourns Damage except maybe Adam. The rest of the JLA at the time sees his body and he's just used to blow up. His death is used to bring back another fucking character. I love this book. Don't make all this sound like it's a horrible critique. I love this book and I feel like some of this was probably intentional. Damage's dead body and his emotional connections to the JLA, the current one, is used so he can blow up a barrier to free a zombie Superman. He dies twice for a cool hype moment. Ain't that fucked? Imagine that from an in-universe perspective. You die. You watch an entire team die while you're on them. Then you are killed after overcoming your daddy issues. You overcome them, and you get your fucking heart torn out. And then your corpse is detonated to free some fucking Superman. Ain't that fucked? Of course, no one's gonna care. No one cares about the obscure characters. That's why they're obscure. People like Batman. People like Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman. I like Batman. I like Superman. But at what point does our love of a character become unfair to other characters' stories? When does their inability to die make everyone else die more? When death loses its teeth, it doesn't matter. But when death loses its teeth, not only does you dying not matter as a character, you'll just be back probably a couple years from now, but it makes the characters who do die horribly tragic. Everyone else treats death like a goddamn revolving door. You, meanwhile, you just get a little card that says, "Nah, sorry, man." No one misses you. No one will mourn you. No one will weep when you're brutalized and slain. Hype moments in aura. That's all you were ever good for. And now you're dead. Wow. Kind of fucked up, ain't it? Hope you enjoyed.